Hail and well met, everyone. Captain Deadeye is back with you, and we are jumping back into Lord of the Rings Online with another intro video. This time it's of the... I've already forgotten the name of them. What am I? The secondary dwarf class. Wow. Sorry, guys. I've totally just spaced out. Anyways, it's not the standard dwarves. It's the dwarves in Mordor. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started here. I actually created a dwarf guardian. So yeah, that's what we're going to play. Maybe. So anyways. All right, here, let's get going. Sorry for the confusion there, guys. It is early, even for him. Lethe glances upward. It has been going on for an hour now, I reckon. I suppose it's a fool's hope to think we'll get any rest before dawn. You still got a bit of your rations left, Gagrock. You should eat them while you can. Eat, Gagrod. It's not much, but better to keep your strength. Ah, but don't forget to set it by the door when you're finished. Plate clatters as another trimmer shakes Barad-dûr.
I don't know how you can eat that. Even the rats taste.
Vasky peers out in the dungeon halls of Barad-dûr, but I don't think either of us will have to eat like orcs for much longer. There has been some rumblings, you know. You have heard, haven't you? Sit if you wish, Gagrock. What have you heard this time, Vasky? Only that one of the Dark Lord's most prized prisoners will soon be released. Who? Some wretched little creature, or so I have heard. What does this matter to us? Do you know what this means? Don't you know what this means? No, I don't. This could be our chance. Our chance? To rise up, to slay our captors. To free ourselves from the Dark Lord. To avenge Drasa's folk. To... Enough! I have heard this sort of talk before. It never comes to anything. And besides, to speak of the Lost Clan is forbidden. Only because you obey, like the thin-bearded coward you are. After a moment of tense silence, the three of you notice the tremors have stopped. Is that all, Vasky?
Nothing else for the order to hear.
Vasky begins to open his mouth, but after noticing the stern look on Lethe's face, he decides to remain silent. I thought as much. Just as you begin to fall asleep, a familiar voice barks at you. You are free of your cage for the moment, lowly dwarves. But do not forget the punishment for transgression. The great eye sees all. Dwarf, why do you stand idle and you know what is demanded of you? Are you content to lie the rest of your malformed kind bears these burdens for you? If that is so, the Dark Lord has little use for you. You are not useless, are you? You shake your head. I thought not. When your labors are finished, you are to present yourself to Zorath. Do as you are bidden. Alright, toil in the Dark Tower. Collect crude iron bars, collect sullied plates, defeat rats, defeats maggots, Break fallen rubble and collect bucket from foul larder. Deliver a barrel of armor to the Garrison captain. Where's this guy? Maybe it's that guy. Is this where I drop it? I don't know where I'm supposed to take this thing. Stout Axe Dwarves, that's what I thought it was. Deliver armor to the Garrison captain. Well, here's a barrel of armor. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with this. Yes. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with that, but anyways. Oh, sorry guys, I forgot to organize my inventory. That's okay. Do I not have a weapon? I guess I don't. Oh, I got a weak mace. These maggots are sickness. No wonder it's hard to kill them. It's a lot of plates. I love how one punch and I kill the rat. Nice, we leveled up. Was this up here? Nope, auto skill bar. Move that down here. Alright, I missed a plate somewhere. I'm going to have to go find it. Oh, maybe there's more up here. Alright, maggot. Leave me alone. I will kill you if I have to, but... Two more rubbers and one rubble and one more plate. I don't know where the other plate is. Oh, there it is. Oh, wow. That leveled me up. Alright, so there's that. Collect a bucket from the foul larder. Clean the plates at the foul larder's washing tub. Deliver a barrel of armor to the Uruk Garrison captain. Maybe he's up here somewhere. I bet this is him here. Yep, that's who it is. Alright, so that's who I need to turn the barrel into. Oh, here's the bucket. And I gotta wash the plates. There we go. Clean plates. Offer water to exhausted stout axes. I've seen several of those guys around. The plates look no cleaner than when you have collected them. That'll have to do. On my way, mouse. Alright, gotta run back downstairs, so I might as well make use of my time here, or clean up my inventory. There we go. I'll clean it up later with all the other stuff. Alright, go give these guys a drink, and then I'll come back up and grab that last barrel of goods there and take it upstairs, the barrel of swords. I haven't seen my two buddies, the two that were in my cage with me, or in my cell with me. I don't know where they are. I must have missed one of the exhausted dwarves upstairs. I do not see them down here. I saw him over here. Now how do I get to him? I guess I have to go around this way. Really? You survived that rat? There we go. Labor in the dungeon to Barad-dûr. Heat the iron bars at the forges. Honestly, this has been a very sort of disappointing starting area so far. It's just busy work, honestly. It's kind of annoying. Alright, so that's the last task. Let's go talk to the Uruk-hai. He's in charge over here. I didn't get anything from that. I got a couple broken claws, some carapaces. That'll do. Run along, stone filth. Hello. Alright, well, I presented myself. What do I do now? What, do you expect me to thank you? And should now report to Zorath. This is... Oh, Zorath's the guy downstairs. Sorry, guys. Are you the dwarf Nazgûlar promised? You nod. Zorath looks you over and smirks forms at the corner of her mouth. Yes, you will do. Many of your kind have been sent to the Black Pits, but that is not your fate. You perhaps you may wish it were so. You are to leave the dungeons at once and present yourself to the mouth of Sauron upon the highest steps of the Twisted Stair. The Witch King of Angmar has come to Barad-dûr, seeking stronger servants for the dead city, and your heritage may be of use to the Lord of Nazgûl. Relish this brief freedom to walk among the glorious works of Sauron the Great Dwarf, for your servitude is far from ended. Ascend the Twisted Stair and present yourself to the mouth of Sauron. Really? I have to go all the way back upstairs again? Ugh. I hate this running around crap. That just annoys me. So much starting stuff in my inventory. I assume this is where I have to go because I don't see anywhere else to go otherwise. Before you can reach the Twisted Stair, you find Lethe standing amid a slaughter. No, 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 what have they done? It's begun. Lethe looks around the scattered bodies of orcs, men, and stout axes. Before I realized what was happening, Vasky and the others slew the men of the Order and fled out of the dungeons. I wanted no part of the plot, but it's going to be worse if we stay here much longer. Perhaps we're able to hide in the Udun, but escape Mordor? I do not think so. It doesn't matter where we go, but we have to get out of here. I know the way to the gates of the Dark Tower, but I'll need your help. What will it be? Sure, let's go.
All of this can't be us, can it?
Why did the orcs fight amongst themselves while our brethren make for the gates? Perhaps we have found some good fortune at last. Come on, Gagrock. Is that Ashug? Maybe he knows what happened. Don't you look at me like that. If I could still move your arm, I'd slice your throat. Ashug coughs and black blood leaks from the corner of his mouth. The sneak was on his way out like the high up wanted, and then you lot come in swinging knives around, and it spooks him. Next thing I know, one of us gets bit, and another takes a tumble off a stair. You are a lot easier to push down, but not him, and we couldn't even if we wanted to, or we'd be for the pits. I don't. But some thought it'd be worth the pits to gut that little frog. All right. Anyways, we're gonna move on. That's a lot of reading. We don't want to end up like them. We ought to find some weapons and fast. All right, let's grab the Abandoned Mace. All right. Ah, this will do. Did I pick up the mace? I don't see it in my inventory. That's okay. Ah, that's good enough. There's no time to pick up the rest with all these orcs around. Let the glance toward the twisted stair. We have to climb down and reach the gates. Quickly now. Watch your footing. It's a long way down. I don't see where that went in my inventory. If it did. Sweeping cut. Is that an AoE? It is. I'll put that on 6 because I usually like to keep my AoE there. I don't know why I can't see my my weapon. I don't mind punching these guys too. It's kind of funny actually. Black one hurts us. Orcs hurts us now, nasty dwarves. As Lethe approaches, the pale creature suddenly springs to its feet and attacks. Oh no, it's Gollum. Not if he hurts them first, precious. Ah, leave us alone, Gollum, Gollum. Oh, what was that thing? What was that? A Dark Lord's prisoner? No wonder he wanted to get rid of it. Lethe sighs and regains his breath. It's a good thing you drove it off, Gagrock. I swear, it looked so sickly and weathered. And it had the strength of a dwarf. Ah, but there's no time to dwell on that now. We've got to keep moving. But if we cross paths with that thing again, I say we keep our distance.
We're not far now.
It is not far now, but I fear the worst is ahead of us.
The worst is still ahead of us.
Ashog was right about one thing. Even if we escape the Dark Tower, we won't get far without being noticed. And it won't be the Udun who is after us. I promise you that. We'll end up in the Black Pits or Lethe visibly Sutters. They will bring us to the Dead City. Well, let's hope that doesn't come to an end. Let's hope it doesn't come to that. I don't like the look of this, Gagrock. Too many dead. I'm too quiet. Look there. One of the captains fell in the fighting, and if that armor fits, we might have found our way out. Go, Gagrock, put it on. Sorry, my main dwarf character is Gagron, so it's a play off warm words to get this character's name, so I was going to say Gagron. So, apologize. And it's my main character in WoW, too, so.
I think that...
Peer around the corner to look to the guards are unguarded. I think I might just fool them. That might just fool them. Now listen, Gagrock, there's a long causeway just ahead around that corner. At its end, the gates of the Dark Tower. Since you look like a proper orc, why don't you scout ahead and peer around that corner? If the way is clear, we'll make our run for it.
What did you see? Is the way clear?
You tell Lethe that you spied a massive Uruk and a wounded Stout Axe on the causeway, but there are many more Stout Axes have fallen in their attempts to escape. I knew they'd set a trap for us. I just knew it. Lethe gnashes his teeth in anger. Bah, perhaps if I pretended to be your prisoner, we might be able to fool that Uruk. If not, well, it's our only chance, Gagrock. Follow me. Ha! Did you think the Great Eye would just let you walk out of Lugbur's Gash whips Vasky before turning to you? You orc, why is that one not in chains? And where did you get that knife? His eyes narrow as he looks at you over. Clever, clever. Is that your plan? Is it, stone filth? Now, it'll be the pits for all three of you. Well, we tried, guys. It didn't work for us. Run while you can. Run, Gagrog, and we'll find you. You must escape before he overpowers him. Oh no, it's Gollum. I fled from the Dark Tower. I did not look back. I could not. I traveled through many unfamiliar lands, but Mordor never seemed far enough behind. But here, among the Blue Mountains, my heart is free of dread. That was quite a story, Gagrock. I think I took it all quite by surprise. A welcome surprise, of course, and not just any dwarf could have done as you did. Could do as you've done. It has been a long week for us Dour Hands. Our steward, Gormor Drowersmith, was preparing a great celebration for Skorgrim, our king of old. A ritual of commemoration, he called it. But after the long bids came to Erenlund, demanding tribute, he sent us down here to close the pass. We have been nigh on a week now, and my reckoning is right. We missed a celebration too. No, 3 nights back. Some thanks we get. Nogli appears and realizes his grievance and pale in comparison to the plight of the Stout Axes. Here I am complaining about missing a party to you, Gagrock. Forgive my foolishness. I can't speak for everyone, but here I think we would be glad to hear more of your tales when we return to Thorin's Hall. Perhaps you would even be welcome to stay among us for a time if the steward allows. Gagrok has told us enough for one night, I think. Oh no, come, Nagli. He hasn't even told us. We haven't heard a half of it. Aye, it's quite a long way from Mordor for the Blue Mountains. Oh, tell us a little bit more, won't you, Gagrok? Now, it's good to hear a whole story at once, isn't it? Is it? Besides, we've got our orders from Gormor. There'll be time enough for stories tomorrow. Bah, fine. Break's over, I guess. Follow me, Gagrok. Yes, Nagli swiftly recounts her tale to Rethvard. After finishing, Nagli asks Rethvard to bring you to the steward of Thorin's Hall. He might judge your worth to the Dour Hands. Aye, I can do that. Just as soon as Bjarni arrives to take watch. He's almost an hour late, and it's not like him. I'd like to hear the tale from you, Gagrok. If it's not too much trouble, it'd make the journey to Thorin's Hall seem much faster for the both of us. Rethvard visibly shivers. A cold wind. Do you feel it? A chill wind blows. I wondered I was keeping Bjarni. Skorgrim and Ivar. Skorgrim, king, but you are dead. You have lain in the state since Steward Gormor found you in the Silver Deep. How did you walk among us once more? Be not afraid. Hearken to me, dour hands, and all shall be revealed. Skorgrim glares at you, his eyes flash with an unearthly glow. You are far from home, aren't you? Dour hands. It is by the hand of Ivar and the sacrifice of your steward that I live once more. But I do not come bearing glad tidings, for we have been betrayed. The Longbeards massacred our people during the ritual of commemoration. And their treachery stains my tomb with Dourham blood. But hope is not lost. We have been promised an audience with the Witch King of Angmar. Angmar shall prove a mighty ally, and we Dourhands shall avenge his tragedy. And reclaim what was taken from us. It is time to make your choice. Will you remain here and await your doom, or will you follow me and seek for new glory? A few of the Dourhands have chosen to follow Skorgrim, but it seems some might still be swayed.
You seem a fine dwarf, but you must understand, we are also a lost people.
We tended the hall of Thor and Oakenshield for many years, and what thanks did the Longbeards offer us? You heard Skorgrim, not a massacre of our brothers, but a massacre of our brothers and sisters. Whatever you think Skorgrim king to be, and the might of Angmar, it could help us step out the shadows of the Longbeards and reclaim our former glory. Flee to the Longbeards if you must, but if you do, know that I will not hesitate to raise my axe against you.
Something troubles me about Skorgrim's words.
And that deathling man makes me uneasy. I wish to trust the words of Skorgrim King, but I cannot, for does he speak for himself, or does Ivar speak through him? It is true that the steward Gormr ceased sending tribute to the Lonely Mountain some months ago, but our quarrels with the Longbeards have never ended in bloodshed until now. I wish to hear what the Longbeards have to say to these accusations. Has Skorgrim King spoken true in this some conspiracy guided by the hand of Angmar? Will you accompany me, Gagrok? Perhaps the voice of the Stout Axe might do more to ease this unrest than that of a Dourhand. So we're down here.
I suppose this is as far as I'm to go.
With a look of disdain, bared mask on his face, Nagli eyes the Longbeards that have stopped him in Thorin's Hall. With the Longbeards' expedition arrived, I recognized a few of them. They are led by a dwarf named Dwalin, and he is hailed as a hero to many Longbeards. He is an old dwarf, white of beard, and it is not unlikely that he has assumed the mantle of steward of Gormir's absence. If his people truly slaughter my own, there shall be further bloodshed between us. But I am no longer certain who seeks to do harm to the Dourhands. You know much in the ways of the enemy, and I must know if our people have been deceived to some foul end. I beg you, Gagrok, speak to Dwalin on my behalf. I can handle myself, Gagrok. Let Dwalin answer for what has happened. Dwalin looks upon Thorin's Hall. He strokes his beard uneasily. Bah, what a mess they have left behind. Who are you and what of your business in the Hall of Thor and Oakenshield? You introduce yourself to Dwalin as a Stout Axe of Mordor who escaped imprisonment by the enemy fled to distant land to seek refuge. You explain that you encountered Skorgrim and Ivar on the road to Thorin's Hall, and that Skorgrim claimed that the Longbeards massacred the Dourhands. A massacre, aye, you could call it that, but it was the work of Ivar the Bloodhand, not the Longbeards. Indeed, it was Ivar who roused Skorgrim from his long rest, but it was not some miracle of fortune that it made it so. But it was not some miracle of fortune that made it so. I was Ivar's vile sorcery and the unwitting sacrifice of many Dourhands that bound a terrible spirit to his remains. Whatever the Dourhands think of Skorgrim, he is not what he appears. Although I believe your Dourhand friend means us no harm, he still has much to answer for, and I do not doubt he wishes to hear the truth of this sorry matter for himself. It is refuge that it seek. You may earn it by helping us restore these halls from years of neglect by the Dourhands. Even if he has not succumbed to evil, Gormr still failed to my task my lord set for him. If Nagli proves trustworthy, he may dwell in Farron's court, but he is forever banished from Thorin's Hall. Do you accept these terms, Gagrok? You nod. Good, good. Now I have never heard your clan name mentioned, these Stout Axes, but you are welcome in Thorin's Hall, so long as you work to aid the Longbeards.
It is time, I think, for you.
Aye, Gagrok, it's good to see you on a fine day. You have helped us for many months to restore Thorin's Hall, and I hope now that you feel welcome among us. I have not forgotten the manner of our meeting, nor the grim events that preceded it. There is an unease in the air, and I fear that we have not seen the last of Skorgrim Dourhand, nor the shadows of Angmar that guide him. There is still much to be done in Thorin's Hall, but when the time comes, I give you leave to seek your own adventure. Well, evil does not stoop to disguise itself any longer, and the free peoples will need aid, especially from a dwarf like you, Gagrok. It is time, I think, for you to venture back into the world.
Oh, I almost forgot. Your Dourhand companion Nagli is planning to depart on a journey of his own.
He is a curious, helpful dwarf, unlike many of the Dourhands I have known. I must admit, I will miss seeing him in Farron's court. Go on, Gagrok. Best try to catch him before he sets off. Alright, so we've made it to the hall here. We're level 8. That's cool. Let fly. Attack with your ranged weapon. Return home. Alright, put the milestone over here. Whirling retaliation. Requires a parry response. That also requires a parry response. Alright guys, so I'm just going to run out here and talk to Nagli, and then that'll be the end of it. I didn't do that with my last playthrough whenever we finished I think it was the High Elf. Yeah, maybe I did finish that once I got to Elrond. But either way, we'll run down here and do this really quick. Actually, I don't know if I will or not. He's all the way down there. I think I'm going to call it here, guys, for this video. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoy our Stout Axe Guardian as we get started with him. He's pretty cool, and I'm looking forward to playing him. But until next time, guys, I thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate everyone clicking on the video and watching the video. Come back for more Lord of the Rings Online and other games as well. But until next time, take it easy. Take care of each other. Take care of yourselves. And we'll see you next time.